Hello everyone and welcome back. I hope everyone's doing well out there. We're back here in the shop with McD Guitars again today, and we're going to continue on building a PRS for me. Really like the way this one's coming along, and we're getting there. We're getting pretty close. Can't wait to stain this thing. Before we start doing that though, we're going to need to glue the neck into the body. So that's our goal today. We've got a whole lot of fun body sanding to do to get there. And we're also going to go ahead and drill our post holes for the bridge. We're going to drill into the electronic cavity and get all of our wiring laid out and make sure everything's good to go. And yeah, I would also like to recess the volume and tone knobs into the carve of the body. That one's always a fun, tricky thing to do. I'm sure my fingers will be sore by the end of it. But yeah, let's start lining some things out, and let's jump right in and get to it and see what we can get accomplished today. And yeah, we'll check back with you guys in a little bit, and we'll see what's happening. All right. So we'll go ahead and start out here with finishing up the bevel on the back of the body. Originally we had the horns carved to match the front. Went ahead and took a little more material off for some weight reduction. And yeah, I'm happy with how this came out here. Slight little bevel, matching our contour and keeping things straight on the edge. This body really ended up being a lot more challenging than it sought out to be. It's a multi-piece. I believe we're 4-piece here, and this piece I'm sanding right now is way harder than the rest, and it has given me nothing but headaches the entire build. Front, back, side to side, everywhere you hit that one little skinny chunk right there, it is just tough as nails, and hopefully we'll be able to work that out. This is the method I've learned to start using to set my bridge position. Just go ahead, put some strings on, line everything up. I'm at 25 inches, and I can mark my post spot here and feel really comfortable with it and know everything's going to line up really well. Usually should have thrown some pickups in there and made sure, but just by eyeing this out, I could tell that this one's on. So keep moving forward. And drilling these holes in maple is really tough. On this one, the very top of the body, it's definitely not perfect circles, but it's tight. The posts are going to go in great. But I really need to buy an expensive drill bit for this setup. I think it'll make things a lot easier. So I think the next time you see me do this, I will have a drill bit with a point on it that is a very high quality, and leave myself some trouble. You can see here I go in reverse and just burn it, and it can be a little hard to control that big of a drill bit. So definitely want to change things up and get a new method for bridge post by the next build. Really took into this way of getting a ground wire to the bridge. It's kind of a way, but just draw myself that nice guideline and go nice and easy and slow and take that drill bit right into the bridge post hole. And success. So it was real interesting, I've been getting ornate enough with my body styles that it's not as easy to drill a hole to the pickup cavity from the back. I found I'm having to do it from the pickup these days. And yeah, this one scared me a little. One of the first ones that went in, it didn't come out, and I was like, where'd that go? But in the end here, as you can see, everything fits and everything's gonna work great. Depending on pickup, sometimes you have to carve out a little area for that wire to go, depending on how much room you have, but that worked. Now on to the tediousness. Yeah, here we go. Sand. I mean, I really wonder how much time I've put in sanding this body. I'm a glutton for punishment, and I just feel I really get a solid look by sanding the guitar. And yeah, I'm digging it. So just keep buying adhesive sandpaper and keep that elbow fresh. And away we go. This is really turning out good in the end. Can't say I'm disappointed at all. We've got an ever so slight lump in the carve, but in the end, when I look at the side view of it, it's great. So here we are. Let's sync some of those knobs. Kind of tedious using a Dremel tool anywhere near a body this finished, but I got the bravery out today and did it, and worked really well. You won't see it in this video, but I must have had, after I beveled these out with a Dremel, I've got at least 3 hours of hand sanding to get this volume and tone pot in. It was quite the experience in wrist and elbow soreness. So still don't have the money for a CNC machine yet, so it'll keep going this way. Yeah, I really like the way that turned out. I think once we get some stain on here and some finish, it's really gonna look nice. All right, well, we're back. So yeah, that was some good stuff. We've got volume, switch, and tone ready to go. Didn't quite get all that on camera, but you guys got the picture. You know, I know PRS, you know, does CNC work, so can't quite reproduce that here. And man, these cutouts, I tried it once before and I just gave up and left them semi-done. But this time they came out really nice. It sinks into the body just like I wanted it to, and I think it looks really nice. So yeah, it's just time to go over this thing with the microscope and get all of our scratches out, at least on the top where our neck's going to glue in. And yeah, then we can glue this baby up. I've raised the grain on this twice now. Probably do it another time or two and get that set. And back's coming along, you know. We left out our input jack on film too. It's pretty straightforward there. And yeah, let's keep churning along. I'm ready to glue this baby together. So a little more sanding to go and we'll get the clamps out. How exciting. All right, let's get back in there. So here we are, finally the final sand. I'm just loving it. You know, just gotta hover around these things once you get to this point. You don't want to get a fingernail smudge or anything in there. But yeah, it came out really nice. I was really happy with the way this all went. And leave after we get this glued up. Really excited to see this grain pop with some stain. Yeah, last little bit. You know, back went really well. In the front there, I raised the grain 3 more times, and it finally set. And on the back, even after just the first grain rise, it really stayed smooth. I was pretty impressed. I hadn't done too much sanding on this, but yeah, I went for a couple rounds here too, and just made sure everything was going to stick. And yeah, horrible lumpy chunk in there is still giving me problems, but you know, hey, what do you do? May have a little bit of a inconsistency there, but hey, this one's for me, so you live and you learn. Yeah, same with the neck. You know, went ahead and wetted this down, and yeah, first sand, and bam, it was like butter. Still, you know, be touching up the sides of the fretboard and doing some other things, but just want to really get all this leg work out of the way before it's struggling to get into that joint of the neck heel once it's glued in. No fun to sand the base of your neck when it's already glued in. So took care of business, and yeah, I'm really happy with the way the volute came out on this guy too. Just kind of let the shape come together as it went, and yeah, it worked out really nice. You know, these fret ends are pretty good, you know, but it feels pretty smooth to draw your hand along it. I will have to do a little bit more with finishing the edge on these, but that'll come with the fretwork. You know, I always tend to do that leveling and fretwork last, and we'll see how that goes this round. All right, now that we've got all that wrapped up, some final measurements, and our break angle looks great. I'm really happy with it. And now I believe we are ready to glue this neck in. I'm feeling really confident about it. I did kind of stop myself here at the end, and I thought about putting our side dots in our fretboard before gluing. I forgot it last time and came up with a pretty nice way to put them in afterwards. And I thought, I'm going to go ahead and put our side dot markers in after I glue it in. I'm still going to be working the edge of that fretboard a little bit, and I'm planning on using some glow-in-the-dark inlay powder on this. So just to be safe and sound, I know I can get those holes in there after it's glued in without a problem. And we're going to go ahead and wait, and then once the fretboard is truly finalized, we will go ahead and put some glow-in-the-dark side dots in there. Yeah, I think it's time to get some glue out. Here we are. No looking back now. This neck joint was pretty tight. I don't feel like it was overly tight. It went in and out real easy. Wasn't sloppy, but wasn't too tight. Man, as soon as I got that glue in there, it tightened up quick. I had to get the clamps going right away. It turned out great. I was able to really clean up all that glue afterwards and save myself some headache. And yeah, when I did the mock-up, everything looked great. Once I got this together and started squishing, I did wish I would have put a piece of wood in between the clamps and the back of the body. I did some real slight denting, but it sanded out real easy. But live and you learn. I even had a piece of wood sitting on the side of the bench there just for that reason. And yeah, it went great. So here we go. All right, everybody. I think that's going to wrap it up for us for this episode. But yeah, here we are. We're glued in. We are ready to stain. Everything's set out. And yeah, next episode's going to be exciting. We're going to get some color on this guy. And yeah, until then, keep making that sawdust. And I really appreciate you watching. And go ahead and click and subscribe if you like. And come on back and see what we got going on McD Guitars. I'll just go ahead and leave you here with a couple pictures of mocked up with some parts on here. And yeah, cheers, everyone.